What's that, Skip? Seano's talking about Supercoach again. Let's go. G'day everybody, it's Seano again, and I'm back with some more Supercoach content. Today we're going to be doing another spotlight video where I go through the player of Lachie Whitfield. Is he the forgotten premium? Well, we're going to find out today. Okay, before we get on with it though, I'd like to thank everyone for their massive support so far. The last video was a really good one. It was the live video where we went through your teams, which you posted in my Discord, and had a chat about them. So if you would like me to go through your team on my next live video, just go join my Discord. There'll be a link down below. And yeah, pop your team in where it says post my team here, and the next video we'll go through it live on stream. Also, if you haven't joined my leagues already, my first league filled up really quickly, so I've created two more. One is a head-to-head 20-person league, and the other one is a unlimited league. We'll also be doing some draft leagues close to the beginning of the season, and also if you're interested in a cash league, we might do some of those as well if we get enough interest. Again, all these things you can find in my Discord, so go and join the community in the Discord. There's some amazing, really knowledgeable people in there who are great, always around for a bit of a chat. So yeah, it's a good thing to do, so go and do it. Now, also, if you haven't already subscribed, now's the time to do it. Subscribe now. We're getting close to the season. More videos are going to be coming out, and these are going to be the important videos on who you need to have in your team. So subscribe right now. If you want to like the video, please like the video and leave me a comment down below. All those things help me out a lot. So let's get on with the player spotlight, Lachie Whitfield. Okay, so now everyone's hunting for the bargains or the new breakouts or the new young things. You know, everyone's looking at Bergman or McKercher as, you know, mid-price breakouts, or Nas moving into the midfield. I think Lachie Whitfield, he's a little bit of the forgotten man. So the first thing, before we go here, he's 31 and he plays for the GWS. And so if we start here, last year, he was the third highest averaging defender. Now, I've got a few stats here for you, crews. So he's elite in disposals, kicks, and marks. In 2025, he had an average of 28 disposals. He had an average, and that is 8th in the AFL. He had an average of 19 kicks, which is 6th in the AFL, and he had an average of 7 marks, which is 8th in the AFL. So, I mean, those are pretty good stats. Obviously, elite in all of those categories. So, as you can see, he was the third best scoring mid behind Wangani Malera and Sinclair, and closely behind him was his teammate Lachie Ash. So, speaking of Lachie Ash, let's have a look at the kick-ins, because we know he's the primary distributor out of the back line. Did the emergence of Lachie Ash last year in 2025, did that affect him at all when it comes to his overall score? So if we have a look here at the kick-ins, they seem to be pretty even. Most days it's obviously those two are the main two guys taking the kick-ins. Some days Lachie Whitfield takes more, some days Lachie Ash takes more. Bit confusing when they're both Lachies, but it's a Lachie taking a kick in no matter what seems to happen down there, and occasionally a Harry Himmelberg gets a kick in, but besides that, it seems to be always one of those two guys. Now, so did that affect his scoring compared to 2024 to 2025? Obviously, Lachie Ash only had his breakout season last season, so let's see. So here we go. So in 2024 in Supercoach, he averaged 109, and 2025 he averaged 111. So he actually averaged more, not by much, but it shows that Lachie Ash's emergence hasn't hurt his scoring at all. And there's something else that I'd like to point out too. So if we go down to his stats for this season, in round 15, he was hit by Ben King from the Gold Coast Suns and concussed. And I believe it was in the first quarter. And so he only got this score here, this one in the black, of a 16. So this is dragging his average down. So if we take out this score of 16, he actually averaged 116 for the season. Now, if we go back and look here, if he averaged 116, that actually makes him the number 1 defender, higher than Jack Sinclair, higher than Nasiah Wanganeen-Malera. So you take out that concussed game, he's actually the number 1 defender in Supercoach last year. Now, if those stats weren't enough to get you excited, I'll give you a few others. So his ceiling is absolutely massive. So last year, his biggest game was 176. Yes, you heard me. Round 24, 176. So then we can go down. He had four games over 140. He had 7 games over 120, and he only had for the entire season 5 games below 100, and that's including that concussion game. So really, 4 games you would assume under 100 for the entire year. So I don't know about you guys, but those stats are saying get this man in your team. Now, are there any reasons why we might not pick him? Well, we can have a look at the buys. How's his buy situation? Thanks again. I'm going to keep on thanking this guy for putting up this infographic. It really helps me out. So if you'd like a copy of this, head to my Discord. There's a copy there, and you can have your own copy. So he is round 4. Has an early buy. Now, this early buy also clashes a little bit with some other players we like in our team. If you've got Wanganeen-Malera in your team, a lot of people do. If you've got Sinclair in your team, a lot of people do. And also, you might have Sam Flanders in your team. They're the big ones off the top of my head I can think of. Oh, and also a lot of people like Finn Callahan from the GWS as well. So, you know, he is clashing in this early buy. And you're probably, with my way I'm thinking, I don't really want more than 3 off any team. And for me, this is one of the worst buys of the early buys. Even though there's only two teams player, there's a lot of players I would like out of these 2 teams. So, but if we look down into the mid-season buys, he's got one of the best buys, the round 13 buys. It's only him and Richmond. And I don't think we're going to have too many premium players from Richmond in our team. So he could be the only player out. You know, if maybe you've got him and Finn Callahan, maybe then you've got 2 players out. But so for the early buys, it's a little bit tricky. But for the middle buys, for the mid-season buys, it's actually pretty good. He's one of the players that you kind of probably like to have. Does that mean you fade him at the beginning and then pick him up after this round 4 buy and before that? Yeah, I'm not too sure. But for me, I'm not really concentrating too much on the early buys. If it's a player which I think is going to be really good, as long as there's not too many from my team out, and I'm thinking 3+ is probably too many, then I'm still considering those players. Now, also, we haven't quite got the choices that we had in the back line last year. I mean, we had Max Holmes, we had a few others. So, you know, I'm thinking personally that he is a very good pick. And the other really interesting fact, at the moment, he's only picked in 10% of teams. So 10% or under, a lot of people call that a point of difference or a pod. So having the number 1 defender in your team and it being a point of difference, I think that sounds pretty good to me. So anyway, crew, I'm not going to go on about it any longer. I'd really like to know, is Lachie Whitfield in your team? You know, if he is, let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please like the video. And if you would like to subscribe, go ahead and do that now. So thank you all for watching. I will speak to you all very soon. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you then. Take it away, Skip.